Hi, this is Mark Matulat for Peter Silbermann Schule, and today I would like to invite you to a video about houseplants. In fact, we're going to be talking about easy care houseplants, almost indestructible. And if you have no time for houseplants, or you say you don't have time for plants, or you say you have no green thumb, this video is exactly for you. So stick around because I want you to meet a few plants that are, as I said, easy care and almost indestructible plants. I want you to meet ZZ plant. ZZ plant is native to East Africa, Tanzania. So it comes from a tropical climate, and as most of our house plants, is not frost hardy. So you can grow it on your balcony over the summer months, but in the fall, when temperatures drop, you should move it indoors because you can't grow it or overwinter it on your balcony. The ZZ plant is a low to highlight plant, so you can keep it in a darker space of your home. You can also keep it in highlight situations, but don't expose it to direct sun. Direct sun is not for this plant because in its natural environment, it grows under the canopy of other trees, and it grows in shaded places. And this one likes indirect bright light. Then the leaves will turn a little lighter than these, which are rather dark. So the darker the environment, the darker the leaves, which usually does not make sense because with most plants it is the other way around. The darker the place, the lighter the leaves, because they cannot photosynthesize very well in a dark environment, but they can in a highlight situation. Now this one can take both. So depending on whether you want the leaves to be dark green or a lighter shade of green, place it either in a highlight situation or in a low light position. If it's growing in a low light place, refrain from watering even more than you would in a highlight place. So exposure is no direct sunlight, because that will do the plant no good, absolutely no good. Place it into a place where there is indirect light, indirect bright light, or low light, or medium light, okay? Soil requirements. Now, this one, and we're having a look at this one here, is sitting in a soil-based mix. It is, and I'm making a point of it, it is peat-free, all-purpose potting soil. And I make a point of peat-free because peat-free is better for our environment. So I'm now speaking from an ecological point of view. And peat-free soil is no worse than peat-based potting soil. Okay, so get yourself a peat-free potting mix. It can be an organic potting mix such as this one. Here you saw I added some granulated clay, but there is no need. High quality potting soil contains pumice or clay, and will allow for good drainage. This is the most important point. It must be a well-draining potting soil which allows the water to run through, and not stay too wet for too long, because this plant has bulbs, so the stems are growing out of bulbs, and if they're sitting in a potting soil which stays too wet for too long a time, they're going to rot out, and you don't want the bulbs and the plant to rot out. So give it a very well draining potting soil, which you can water, and then the water runs through and dries up. Which leads us to watering. Well, this plant, and I said this is sitting in a 14, probably 14 centimeter pot, so it is a tabletop plant at the moment. And if it manages to survive in my care, then it may be growing to be a floor plant, and grow to a height of, well, approximately my size, and I'm probably 176, 7, 8 centimeters tall. So it may grow to be this tall one day, but this will take the plant, let's say, 3, 4, maybe 5 years, depending on my care, if I manage to keep it alive this long. So watering. This is a very well-draining mix, and I water this plant about every 2 weeks, yeah, probably. No more frequently than that, because these bulbs are able to store a lot of water over a long period of time. So in the fall, in the winter, even into the spring, once every 2 weeks, that's perfect. Keeps the soil dry, but the plant still has enough moisture stored in the bulbs to keep it alive and going. Which leads me to fertilizing. Well, actually, this is a plant that does not need a lot of fertilizing. It is happy with a weak dilution of fertilizer, so probably half strength. Go to the liquid fertilizer that you use, look at the instructions, and this plant is happy with a half dose of fertilizer. So don't over fertilize, and don't fertilize too often. Well, if you ask me how often I fertilize this plant, well, probably I fertilize this plant every time it dawns on me I can't remember fertilizing the last time. So I may fertilize once a month, maybe once every 6 weeks. And look at the leaves. The leaves are good looking, healthy. So there is nothing wrong with these leaves. a weak dilution of a fertilizer, a liquid fertilizer, um, once a month. That's perfect. Pests. Um, to tell you the truth, I've never had any pests. I've heard of people saying that scale mealybugs may cause an infection. Personally, I've never had any infection on this plant. It is quite a resilient plant, healthy. Uh, yeah, there's nothing you need to bother about. Just leave it be, and that's probably it. But there is one thing that you should absolutely avoid. If you kill it with liquid love, which is a metaphor meaning too much watering or too frequent watering, this is going to kill the plant. Okay, so this is the one way to kill the plant. So if you are a heavy waterer, or if you are the type of person who likes to fuss over plants, check yourself and stop yourself. Stop yourself fussing over this plant. Just leave it be. Forget about it for 2 weeks. Maybe you want to mark a day in your calendar after 2 weeks. No plant care for this one before 2 weeks are over, because too much care is a killer. Okay, and other than that, there isn't much you need to observe. The plant is happy. It makes you happy because it looks great, and it is truly easy care. It can last you for years. So this is my top number one. Very healthy, quite resilient, no prone to pests. Great plant. So thanks for watching, and give it a try, give it a consideration. So next time you stop by a DIY or garden center, or just a regular shop on the nearest corner, and you see the plant, this doesn't cost the world, really. It is a plant that is cheap to buy, cheap to maintain. Oh, and you can water it with tap water. It doesn't need to be filtered water. I mean, it wouldn't mind being watered with filtered water, but if you don't have any, give it tap water right from your faucet, and that's fine. Okay? So I don't think I forgot any important I did. Pets. I'm not talking about pests. I'm talking about pets like cats and dogs. I have 3 cats. None of them is interested in this plant. I've never seen any of my Toms or my old lady nibble on any leaf here. So this doesn't seem to be attractive to pets. My God, me and pets and pests should keep these 2 words apart, because pets are no pests, and I should make that distinction. Sorry, just talking nonsense. No, this should not be this should not be any dangerous or risk or toxic risk for your pets. So this one is for you, and you can keep it at home along with whatever pet you have. And if your pet is a carrot nibbler, I'm sure it's gonna prefer carrots to ZZ plants. All right, so thanks for watching and see you in the next video. Bye bye.